Hello, this is Dean Takahashi from VentureBeat. I'm here with Ray Kurzweil, and we're here at a Singularity University event here. Your class is graduating, so sounds like a good thing. That's the third time you've done this then, huh?
This is the third program. It's gone better each time. This group has been incredibly enthusiastic and entrepreneurial, and has displayed tremendous energy, creativity. These are very talented students. 80 students chosen from about 2,000 applicants from 35 countries. They've started 10 team projects over the summer with the goal of positively affecting 1 billion people within 10 years. And these projects will carry on, past this summer, 4 years. The project started 2 years ago at our first summer program, are still going on. They've started companies to raise money.
And this Singularity, tell us about that.
Well, Singularity refers to kind of an endpoint that results from the exponential growth of information technology. And that's the basic thesis. I call it the law of accelerating returns. The price performance of computing, for example, has grown exponentially. It's now doubling every 11 months. It's done that since the 1890 census. And it's true of communication technologies. It's not true of biological technologies, which have recently become an information technology. And exponential growth is quite surprising and seductive, and it creates unexpected changes.
It sounds like the rapture, but it's coming from Moore's law instead of the Bible, I guess.
Moore's law is a very good example of exponential growth, but this is not all derived from Moore's law. In fact, the exponential growth of computing started decades before Gordon Moore was even born. Moore's law pertains to chips, and chips was the fifth paradigm to bring exponential growth in computing, and we'll have exponential growth beyond chips. We go to self-organizing three-dimensional circuits. And it's not just computing, it applies to communication technologies, our understanding of the brain, anything that has to do with information. The price, performance, and capacity grows in an exponential manner. And people's intuition about the future is not exponential, it's linear. That's why my predictions always seem surprising, but they've actually been pretty accurate. I anticipated a World Wide Web connecting hundreds of millions of people to emerge in the late 1990s. I made that prediction in the early 80s. People thought that was crazy. But that's the power of exponential growth. Doubling every year means multiplying by 1,000 in 10 years, 1 million in 20 years.
Now we've still got a lot of problems in the world here, and I assume you're optimistic that we can solve them, and that these entrepreneurs are the ones who have to play a role in it.
Life-saving technologies like cell phones are now in almost everyone's hands. There's 5 billion of them in the world. 30% of Africans have them. Half the farmers of China have them. A kid in Africa with a smartphone has access to more knowledge and information than the President of the United States did 15 years ago. And these are being applied to education and healthcare. There are emerging technologies using these exponential technologies that will address water, food, disease, ultimately poverty. These technologies create new problems as well. I'm not really a utopian, I'm optimistic, but technology is a double-edged sword. And we're actually concerned with both sides of the coin here at Singularity University. The promise, the ability to solve age-old problems with these technologies on the one hand, but also keeping them safe and preventing abuse.
And what is particularly encouraging about this class, I guess, and some of the about this class and some of the things that they're achieving here?
Well, we've kind of, I think, mastered a very good paradigm to create a positive experience of getting very entrepreneurial students from all over the world. So they share all these different cultures together with 60 faculty that represent the leading minds in artificial intelligence, nanotech, biotech, as well as social, legal, ethical, philosophical issues pertaining to these topics. And then having this entrepreneurship program where they start actual projects and companies to solve world problems and carry on those solutions after the semester is over. And it's turned out to be a very good combination. And students have been wildly enthusiastic. I mean, almost everyone I've spoken to has said it's been a life-changing experience.
And these lives are going to go on forever too, right? The singularity is going to bring us
Well,
there.
we're not that far, a couple of decades or less by my reckoning, where we'll get to a point where at least we'll reach a tipping point in life extension. We'll be adding more time than is going by. We'll add more than a year every year to your remaining life expectancy. So that's not a guarantee. You could hit the proverbial bus tomorrow, but it will change the metaphor. The sense of time will start running in. And the reason for this is that health and medicine, which was not an information technology up until just recently. We didn't have the object code of biology, which is our genome. Now that we have it, now that we can actually rewrite it and actually change it in mature individuals and master stem cell therapy so that we can rejuvenate every organ and tissue we have in our bodies, health and medicine is going to be subject to this law of accelerating returns. It's going to grow exponentially. These technologies will be 1,000 times more powerful in a decade, 1,000,000 times more powerful in 20 years.
Great. Thank you very much, Ray.